Top 3 superfoods to eliminate arthritis pain and inflammation naturally. Backed by science. Are your joints holding you back with stiffness, swelling, or that deep, nagging ache that never seems to go away? What if I told you the answer doesn't come in a prescription bottle, but in 3 everyday foods that you probably already have in your kitchen? These simple, natural ingredients don't just add flavor to your meals. They actually work inside your body to calm inflammation, protect your cartilage, and strengthen your joints over time. In today's video, we're going to uncover how these powerful foods can help you move more freely, feel less pain, and enjoy the kind of comfort you may have thought you'd lost. If you're ready to discover how the right choices at the table can bring healing to your joints, stay tuned, because this is information you won't want to miss. Number 1. Garlic. Let's talk about one of the most powerful natural remedies hiding right in your kitchen: garlic. Now, I know garlic is something most of us think of as just a way to add flavor to our meals. Maybe you toss it into your soups, stews, or pasta sauce without thinking twice. But here's the amazing part. Garlic isn't just there to make your food taste better. It's actually loaded with healing compounds that can directly help your joints feel less stiff, less swollen, and more mobile. You see, garlic contains something called diallyl disulfide. That might sound like a big fancy term, but here's the simple explanation. It's a sulfur compound that helps stop the enzymes in your body from breaking down your cartilage. And cartilage, as you know, is like the cushion in your joints. It keeps your bones from grinding against each other. When cartilage wears down, that's when you start feeling that painful bone-on-bone friction. Garlic helps protect that cushion, almost like guarding your joints from further wear and tear. But it doesn't stop there. Garlic is also a natural anti-inflammatory. And if you're struggling with joint pain, whether it's from arthritis or just years of overuse, you know that inflammation is the real enemy. It's what causes the redness, swelling, and stiffness that makes moving around such a challenge. Garlic works to quiet that inflammation, calming down your joints from the inside out. Now, here's what's even more exciting. Several studies have shown that people who eat garlic regularly actually have lower markers of inflammation in their blood. That means it's not just a placebo effect. Your body is literally responding at a chemical level when you eat garlic. And over time, that can make a big difference in how your joints feel day to day. Think of garlic as your body's natural defense team. It fights off the damage caused by oxidative stress, protects your cartilage, and helps reduce the painful inflammation that tries to slow you down. It's like a 3-in-1 joint protector that just happens to also make your dinner taste incredible. Now, I know what you might be wondering. How much garlic should you eat to really notice a difference? Most of the studies suggest that about 2 to 4 cloves per day can provide real anti-inflammatory benefits. Of course, you don't have to sit there and chew raw garlic like it's candy, although some people do. Instead, you can add it into your meals in creative and delicious ways. For example, you can roast garlic in the oven until it gets soft and sweet. Then spread it on whole grain toast like a natural butter. You can sauté it lightly in olive oil and toss it with your vegetables, giving you a double anti-inflammatory boost since olive oil is joint-friendly too. You can also mix freshly chopped garlic into salad dressings, hummus, or even your soups. The key is to add it regularly so your body gets a steady supply of those healing compounds. Here's another tip. Garlic is at its most powerful when it's chopped or crushed and then left to sit for about 10 minutes before cooking. Why? Because when you crush garlic, it releases an enzyme called alliinase, which helps form allicin, the active compound that carries many of the health benefits. Cooking garlic too quickly or at very high heat can destroy some of that allicin, but if you let it rest after chopping, you lock in more of the benefits before tossing it into your pan. And let's not forget, garlic is also great for your immune system and your heart health, which means while you're protecting your joints, you're also supporting your overall well-being. That's the beauty of natural foods like this. They don't just target one issue, they nourish your whole body. Now, if you're worried about the strong smell or the infamous garlic breath, here's a little trick. Pair your garlic with fresh parsley, mint, or even a slice of apple afterward. These help neutralize the odor, so you can still get all the joint healing benefits without feeling self-conscious. The bottom line is this: garlic may be small, but it's mighty. It's one of those foods that works quietly in the background, day after day, protecting your joints from inflammation, slowing down cartilage damage, and helping you move with more freedom. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You just sprinkle it into your meals, and over time, your body thanks you. So the next time you're cooking dinner, don't think of garlic as just seasoning. Think of it as medicine disguised as food. Every clove you add is another step toward healthier, more flexible, and more pain-free joints. Number 2, ginger. Let's dive into one of the most comforting and healing spices on the planet, ginger. Now, when you think of ginger, maybe your mind goes to ginger tea on a rainy day, or maybe those fragrant aromas when you're cooking stir-fry or baking cookies. But here's the thing. Ginger is so much more than just a spice. It's like nature's own little pain reliever, wrapped up in a root. And if you're struggling with stiff, achy joints, ginger might just be the gentle, natural answer you've been searching for. So what makes ginger so special for joint pain? Well, inside this root are powerful compounds called gingerols and shogals. These are natural chemicals that act like inflammation fighters. In fact, they work on the same pathways in your body as some common pain medications, but without the harsh side effects. That's why people have been turning to ginger for thousands of years, not just for flavor, but for healing. Imagine your joints for a moment. When inflammation builds up, it's like a fire burning inside them. That's why they feel swollen, tender, and stiff. What ginger does is come in and help put out that fire. It calms the flames, reduces the swelling, and makes movement feel a little freer, a little smoother, and a whole lot less painful. Science has caught up with this ancient wisdom too. Several studies have shown that people who regularly consume ginger notice a real improvement in arthritis symptoms. Less stiffness, less swelling, and more mobility. Some even compared ginger extract to common anti-inflammatory drugs and found that ginger performed surprisingly well. That's pretty amazing for something that grows right out of the earth, don't you think? But here's what I love about ginger. It's versatile, and you don't have to force it into your diet. You can sip it, cook with it, or even enjoy it as a sweet treat. For example, one of the easiest ways to enjoy ginger is by making a simple ginger tea. Just slice up a few pieces of fresh ginger, boil it in water for 10 minutes, and sip it warm. It's soothing, it relaxes your muscles, and at the same time, it's helping your joints fight inflammation. You can also grate fresh ginger into stir-fries, soups, and stews. It adds this warm, zesty kick that makes your food taste alive while quietly healing your body in the background. If you love smoothies, throw in a small knob of fresh ginger with your fruits and greens. It gives your drink a little spice and loads of anti-inflammatory benefits. And if you don't always have fresh ginger on hand, don't worry. Ground ginger works too, and so do ginger supplements. Some people find that a standardized ginger capsule gives them consistent relief. But honestly, if you can enjoy it as food or tea, that's even better. It feels like a natural part of your day. Now, let's talk about something important. Consistency. Ginger isn't a magic pill where you take it once and all your joint pain vanishes. Instead, think of it like a steady friend who shows up day after day, helping you little by little. The more often you add ginger to your meals or drinks, the more your body soaks up those healing compounds, and the more noticeable the results become. Over time, you might just realize your morning stiffness isn't as bad, or those long walks don't leave your knees as sore. And here's something else worth mentioning. Ginger also helps with circulation. Good blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your joints and muscles, and waste products get flushed out more effectively. That's another way ginger supports not just your joints, but your overall energy and vitality. But let's keep this real. Some people might worry about ginger being too spicy or strong. If that's you, start small. Maybe add just a tiny slice to your tea, or sprinkle a pinch of powdered ginger into your oatmeal. As your taste buds adjust, you'll probably find yourself craving more. Because ginger isn't just good for you. It's actually delicious once you get used to that warm, slightly peppery flavor. And here's a fun little bonus. Ginger doesn't just help your joints. It also soothes digestion, fights nausea, and supports your immune system. So every time you sip that cup of ginger tea or enjoy a meal with fresh ginger, you're not just taking care of your joints. You're nourishing your whole body in multiple ways. That's the beauty of natural remedies. They don't come with one benefit. They come with a whole package of goodness. Now, if you're ready to start using ginger for joint health, here's a simple routine you can try. Begin your morning with a warm mug of ginger tea. During lunch or dinner, toss some freshly grated ginger into your meal, maybe with veggies, maybe with rice, maybe even with a simple soup. And if you've got a sweet tooth, try making a batch of honey ginger energy bites or ginger-infused smoothies. With just a little creativity, you'll find ginger slipping into your daily life with ease. The bottom line is this: ginger is one of those rare gifts from nature that tastes amazing, heals from the inside, and brings real comfort to sore, aching joints. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it's backed by both tradition and science. If you want your joints to feel more flexible, less stiff, and more alive, ginger deserves a place on your table every single day. So the next time you see that humble ginger root at the store, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, bring it home, and let it be part of your healing journey. One small root, one powerful impact for your joints, for your mobility, and for your future. Number 3, walnuts. Let's take a moment to appreciate a small but mighty food that can make a huge difference in how your joints feel: walnuts. Now, at first glance, they might look like just another nut you sprinkle on a salad or snack on between meals. But when it comes to natural joint healing, walnuts are a true powerhouse. They're not only delicious and versatile, but they're also packed with nutrients that directly support your joints, reduce inflammation, and even strengthen your bones. So what makes walnuts so special? The magic lies in their omega-3 fatty acids. Most people know omega-3s as the healthy fats you find in fish, but walnuts happen to be one of the very best plant-based sources. These omega-3s act like a natural anti-inflammatory shield. Think of inflammation as a constant storm brewing inside your joints, making them stiff, sore, and swollen. Omega-3s help calm that storm. They lower the production of inflammatory molecules in your body, which means less swelling, less stiffness, and more comfort when you move. But here's where it gets even better. Walnuts don't just fight inflammation. They also support your cartilage and bone health. Remember, cartilage is that cushiony layer that keeps your joints gliding smoothly. As we age or deal with arthritis, that cartilage can start to wear away. Walnuts provide key nutrients like magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus that help keep both cartilage and bones strong. When your bones and cartilage are healthy, your joints have a much better chance of staying mobile and pain-free. Now, let's talk science for a second. Several studies have shown that people who eat walnuts regularly have lower levels of C-reactive protein, That's one of the key markers of inflammation in the body. Lower CRP levels often mean reduced risk of chronic inflammation and, yes, fewer painful flare-ups in your joints. Isn't it amazing that something as simple as a nut can have such a powerful effect on your body? And here's another bonus. Walnuts are also rich in antioxidants like vitamin E, polyphenols, and melatonin. These antioxidants help fight off oxidative stress, which is basically damage caused by free radicals in your body. Oxidative stress can speed up the wear and tear in your joints, almost like rusting from the inside out. By eating walnuts, you're giving your body the tools to protect itself and slow down that process. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so how do I add more walnuts into my daily life without getting bored? The good news is, walnuts are incredibly versatile. You can grab a handful as a simple snack. Just keep some in a small container at your desk or in your bag for when hunger strikes. They're also fantastic tossed into a salad for some crunch, blended into a smoothie for added creaminess, or sprinkled over oatmeal in the morning for a nutritious boost. One of my favorite ways to enjoy them is by making a walnut and berry mix. Remember, berries are also powerful anti-inflammatory foods, and when you pair them with walnuts, it's like creating a joint-healing super snack. The healthy fats from the walnuts help your body absorb the antioxidants from the berries even better. It's a win-win combination. And here's a little tip. If you find walnuts taste slightly bitter, try lightly toasting them in the oven for a few minutes. This brings out their natural sweetness and makes them even more enjoyable. Just be careful not to overdo it, because too much heat can damage some of those delicate, healthy fats. The best part is, you don't need a huge amount to reap the benefits. Even just one small handful of walnuts a day, around 7 to 10 halves, is enough to give your body a steady supply of omega-3s and antioxidants. That's such a small, simple step, but over weeks and months, it can make a real difference in how your joints feel. And let's not forget, the benefits of walnuts don't stop at joint health. They're also great for your heart, brain, and energy levels. Omega-3s improve blood flow, which supports not only your joints, but your overall circulation. That means more nutrients and oxygen reaching your tissues and less chance of inflammation building up. Walnuts truly are a whole-body healer. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Think about how your life could feel if your joints were just a little less stiff every morning. If climbing the stairs didn't leave your knees aching. If your hands felt freer and easier to use throughout the day. It might sound simple, but something as small as adding walnuts into your routine could help move you closer to that version of yourself. More active, more comfortable, and more in control of your body. And yes, it's always about the little steps. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight or make dramatic changes. Start with one small handful of walnuts a day. Pair them with your breakfast, enjoy them as an afternoon snack, or toss them into your dinner recipes. Little by little, those choices add up. So here's the truth. Walnuts are not just food. They're fuel for healing. They're protection for your joints, strength for your bones, and energy for your body. They remind us that sometimes, nature gives us exactly what we need in the simplest, most delicious forms. The next time you see walnuts at the grocery store, don't just pass them by. Grab a bag, bring them home. And remember, you're not just buying nuts. You're investing in healthier, more flexible, pain-free joints. One handful at a time, you're taking steps toward a life where movement feels good again. Summary. So we've seen how 3 simple foods can make a powerful difference in the way your joints feel. Garlic works to protect your cartilage and fight inflammation at its root. Ginger calms down stiffness and pain with its natural healing compounds. And walnuts, with their rich omega-3s and antioxidants, help soothe inflammation while strengthening your bones and joints. These aren't exotic remedies or complicated solutions. They're everyday foods you can easily add into your meals. A few cloves of garlic in your cooking, a cup of soothing ginger tea, or a handful of walnuts as a snack can slowly build into something much bigger. Less stiffness, less pain, and more freedom to move the way you want. Remember, it's the small, consistent choices that create the greatest changes over time. By adding garlic, ginger, and walnuts into your routine, you're giving your body the tools it needs to heal naturally and keep you moving with strength and ease. Your joints will thank you, not just today, but for years to come.